Hey everyone, it's Apostle Michelle Peterson. I hope you guys are enjoying this month and focusing on positive for this month. But you guys, today I wanted to just do a video just to chat and let you guys know a little about me and some attacks and things that I've been through over just the course of the years that has drew me closer to God. And I know I may have some few people that's watching my YouTube channel that you have known me when we used to do our prayer call on Monday nights. We did our prayer calls for about 2 years. We had a ministry team. We had seers, we had prophets, we had apostles, we had a little bit of everyone that was a part of our ministry team on the prayer calls. And so I want to talk to you guys about just my growth when I started really ministering with God and got a ministry team that we actually ministered together, and I would train them and we would all grow together because the Lord would reveal stuff to all of us because we were a team. And so he was connected to all of us. He had us connected with the cord, and he was flowing through all of us. And so we learned so much during this time of ministering together with the Lord as a team. And so I want to share some things with you guys, some attacks, some real hardcore stuff that I went through and was going through ministering deliverance to people, trying to help people, and the attacks and things that I was actually receiving also. And at the time, I wasn't used to these type of attacks because I've been in deliverance over 10 years. But whenever you start learning about deliverance, we all read the same books. Like we start out reading Pigs in the Parlor. We learn Derek Prince. We read his stuff and we learn from him. And the traditional deliverance ministers. I know Apostle Eckhart. He's doing deliverance stuff now. But when I first started out, it was the old school deliverance ministers that you learned from. And so we learned the same way. We have the same style of doing deliverance. It's like binding and rebuking and, casting out the demonic spirits and everything. So I already had my foundation when we started the prayer call. And so, but during those years, like I said, if you are out there and you were with us, then you know the type of stuff that we were doing, the type of warfare. So I just want to share this with you guys. And just like I said, to encourage you guys, if you are being attacked right now, if you're going through fire and you have some really hardcore stuff going on in your life right now, the enemy is attacking you and you're feeling like, I can't take anymore. This is, I want to give up. It's too hard. Where is God? And, but I want to encourage you guys that he is there, and ask him to help you, and just trust that he is there, and just trust him. That's really what I want you guys to get from this, because yesterday I was driving in the car and I was listening to worship songs, and I was just singing. I love to sing, even though I'm working on my voice. I'm trying to get my voice better, but I still love to sing to the Lord. And so I was just singing and getting all excited, and I started thinking about when I was going through some really, really hardcore attacks, you guys. So hardcore, and what God did for me. So I want to share that with you guys. So I'll just, like I said, this is just going to be me talking. I have no idea how long this video is going to be. But also, if you guys are new to my channel, if you just watch my videos and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, and also like my videos. Like this video, okay? Like this video. All right, so you guys, I'll kind of share. I'll go back to when things really started changing. This was before I was consecrated as an apostle, and this is when everything started changing. The Lord was preparing me to be an apostle. So there were two people that I actually knew from New York City. One, he was a seer, and the other guy was, I think he was an evangelist at the time. And so they came in from New York. And so the seer, he actually saw this big, huge angel with a sword in his hand come up beside me and stand beside me. And so he said he was describing this angel, so I'm looking like, really? And so he said that the Lord told him that that angel was being assigned to me. It was a new angel. He was being assigned to me, and this angel was a high-ranking angel in the kingdom of God. He was a high-ranking angel, and he had angels underneath his authority. So this angel was super high. And so I didn't know that I was being elevated to a different level in the spiritual realm. This was, before, this was me being elevated to be an apostle, but I didn't know that. But so this new angel, this guy told me that the Lord told him this new angel was being assigned to me. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so also the guy saw the angel, I think it was the angel placing mantles on me. And so I remember I felt one mantle. He said that the angel was placing a mantle on me. And I was like, I was feeling heat. I was feeling heat on my shoulder, almost like a warm blanket was being placed on my shoulder. And so the seer told me that it was a mantle of fire. And you guys, ever since then, when that mantle was placed on me, I was feeling fire like constantly. Like I would just be feeling fire all the time. All over me, it was just fire everywhere. And when I would pray, people would feel fire. And then when I would do conferences, do events, I would call fire down. And the seers in the place, they would see fire everywhere. So it was like a mantle that was placed on me, a mantle of fire. And you guys, I got invited to speak, in other countries. And so what I would do was do it online. This one radio station in Uganda, they invited me to speak on their radio station, on their radio show. So I was live on there and I was praying for the people on the radio. And the host of the radio called me and sent me emails and testimonies of the people saying when I was praying for them, they were feeling fire. Everyone's feeling fire when I pray for them. So my nickname in Uganda was Woman of Fire. So that was like a little nickname they gave me. And but from that mantle, I started feeling fire when just doing anything, I would feel fire. And so after he said, I received some other mantles that day. And you guys, I can't remember them all, but I received the mantles that day. So after they left, I was feeling, normal. I mean, I didn't feel like a dramatic change, but I started getting connections. When I started getting connections, I started meeting different people, and I started doing conferences. It was like I started traveling here, traveling there, Chicago, Florida, South Carolina, different places in North Carolina. I was just traveling. People started inviting me to do conferences. So I was doing a lot of traveling and ministering to different people. And so after that, during that actually, I started a prayer call on Mondays. And I already had a young lady, she was with me and I was mentoring her. And when she came to me, she was just, she was stagnant, I guess. And she mentioned that she was thinking about just giving up, just on her walk with God and everything. And so I ended up mentoring her, teaching her everything that I knew, trying to help her, and she got her fire back. And so during this time, when I was mentoring her, the Lord started really elevating her. And also there's a gift that the Lord gave me. He told me that the gift was called Exalter. And I had the gift that I could help people get to a place where they wouldn't be able to get like normally on their own, like with their gifts and stuff. Like they can go from here to, wherever, really, really high when it comes to them walking in their gifts and their relationships. So he's given me that gift. So with her, I'm telling you, she went from almost giving up her relationship and just giving up on everything to walking in places in the spiritual realm, like with God, showing her visions and just her doing all types of great things with God. I never in my life seen anybody, and I haven't seen it to this day, that was experiencing and seeing the type of things God was showing her, you know, when she was with the team. And so I was mentoring her. She was growing. And so this one time, you know, we were actually on the phone talking, and the Lord showed her a vision. And in this vision, she was actually being dubbed. You know, like when back in the days, they would dub knights. They would take the sword and tap them on this shoulder and tap them on this shoulder. And basically that's like them being, I guess, they become a knight, you know. They become, you know, it's like an honor that is done to them. And so in this vision, that's what the Lord Jesus was doing to her. He was dubbing her. And because she was very loyal, very faithful person. I'm telling you, she would be with you. She would have your back 100%. And the Lord knew her heart. And so he gave her like this amazing gift, you guys. And she was seeing stuff. I mean, she was just seeing everything. He was showing her everything. And I'm telling you, like, I would be praying anytime I would pray, especially on the phone. The Lord would show her everything that he's doing while I'm praying. Like if I'm praying for the Lord to, you know, to remove a demonic spirit from someone, the Lord would show her what the demonic spirit looks like, where it is on the person, and he would show her him removing it. Whatever I would pray, he would show it to her. Okay. And even, I'm telling you, this gift was so awesome. Even, I wouldn't even have to be on the phone with her. I could be praying for someone here in the house, and she would message me and say, I see in the spirit, I see this, and it would be exactly what I'm praying for. You know, and so that's the type of gift he gave her. She had that type of connection with me that he would show her everything. And so you guys, we started getting, when we started our prayer call, so we started getting different types of people calling in to this line, people from all over the United States. And so we started encountering. Now this is when things changed. This is when I knew, okay, we're getting to a different level. Things are changing here. We prayed for this one young girl, and her father, he was a voodoo priest, and he had put all types of weird things inside of her body. And so one of the team members, the one I was telling you about, that the Lord, you know, really elevated her. She started seeing, when we started ministering and asking the Lord to remove all these attacks and all these curses and everything off her life, because it was bloodline. It was because her father was a voodoo priest. Yeah, he was a voodoo priest. And so the girl that I'm telling you about, our ministry team, she started seeing this girl's dad come in the spiritual realm, try to attack us. And so I had to go into like warfare mode and start asking the Lord to, you know, strip this guy of his powers and everything. So the Lord did it. And the young lady that was with me, the ministry team, I will call her name T. Okay, so you guys, if you guys already know her, you guys know her name. But since she's not a part, I don't minister with them anymore. I'm not going to say her name. But so T, she saw the witch doctor coming to attack us, and so I started doing spiritual warfare. So she was telling me everything, and so the Lord, you know, stripped him of power and everything. So we're still, you know, ministering to the girl. All of a sudden, T sees this being. So she says it looks like an angel, it's a black angel, and it has black wings. So when she said that, I'm like, okay, that's definitely not of God. So I asked the Lord what it was, and he said it was a principality. And we had never dealt with the principality. We just dealt with demonic spirits. That's it. And so instantly I knew I had never dealt with a principality, and I knew that that was a different level. They're fallen angels, okay? I knew that. And we don't deal with fallen angels, we deal with demonic spirits. So I knew that, okay, this could be an issue. I said, Lord, are we ready to deal with, this principality? And he said, you're ready. So I was like, okay, I just went, I started asking the Lord, and so a good angel was released, and T, the seer, she started seeing an angel was released. And so the principality and the angel, they were fighting. And she was saying, the dark angel is beating up the other angel, the good one. So I was like, uh-oh. I was trying to think, okay, Lord, what are we going to do? And so I ended up asking the Lord to paralyze the principality. When I asked him to do that, he paralyzed him. He didn't have any strength. So the good angel was able to ball him up and take him away. Okay, so after that, you guys, after that, that's when the serious stuff started happening. But I'll go ahead and skip all the serious stuff. I can say some serious attacks started happening. The enemy himself, Satan himself, the devil himself started coming attacking us. The team members, we had a lot of team members. He was attacking the team members hardcore. They wasn't able to handle that. They wasn't able to handle it. I was barely able to handle this stuff at this time. And so, but eventually they couldn't be a part of the team because the attacks were so hard they couldn't take it. So it was just me. I was the only one left. But during this time, the attacks got so intense, even on me. I was staying up hours and hours and hours at night. Sometimes I was, on the phone with team members all night. They couldn't go to sleep. They were scared to sleep. I had to stay. I had to have my phone on speaker so that they can actually go to sleep. And I was there sleeping myself. So, so that they can feel comfortable. It was so bad. The attacks were so bad for them that they couldn't handle it. So I was just finding myself like ministering, getting the attacks off other people, then having to also get the attacks off of me. So it was like so much constantly, you guys. And it got so bad that every time I tried to spend time with the Lord, attacks would come so hard, like they wouldn't even let me access God. Like I couldn't even hear God's voice. Like I would need to get some type of instructions because I was being attacked. They were coming so everywhere, and I would have to go before the Lord. The Lord would tell me what to do to get attacks off, okay? Attacks was getting so bad that I was trying to get to the Lord to hear his voice, to get instructions, what I need to do, what kind of attacks were these so I can get them off. They wouldn't even let me get to the Lord. I couldn't even get to the Lord. They had me trapped. It was like so hardcore, guys. It was so, so bad. And so I remember this one night, I had just finished doing warfare, and oh yeah, you guys, I had got this one really bad attack. And this attack was so bad that it put fear in my soul. It was like, every time I would think about the attack, fear would rise up in me, and I was trying to get that fear out, but it was like it was planted. It was some type of open door they had, a really strong hold on me, and I couldn't shake it. I couldn't get it off, and I kept trying to go before the Lord, trying to get it off, and they would shut me down with this fear, because with that type of fear, I couldn't get in God's presence. It would shut me out. Like every time I would be almost in God's presence, that fear would come upon me and it would knock me right out. And so I couldn't get in his presence with that fear. So I was just like crying out to God, because this one night, it was like I couldn't take it anymore. I had to get to the Lord, or I felt like I was going to be destroyed, And so I remember this one night, I was almost like I had just got into God's presence, and I was just about to hear and spend time with him, and that fear came out of nowhere and it shot me out of his presence. And so I was just breaking down. I was like, I couldn't take it. And so the Lord stopped the enemy. Like I remember crying, and I heard him, and he told me that he stopped the enemy. He wouldn't let the enemy attack me anymore at that moment, because I had, like, it was like I was wounded. What I had felt like I was in the military and I had been shot like in the head or something. I was wounded so bad that, you know, it wasn't nothing I could do. So I felt like I had been wounded so bad that I wasn't able to fight the enemy anymore. And the Lord stopped them. He told me, he said he stopped them. He wouldn't let them attack me anymore. You guys, sorry about that. My space went out on my phone. But you guys, the Lord stopped the attacks. And so I was able to get in his presence, find out what was going on, get the stuff off me, get all the attacks off me, close the doors, everything that the enemy had opened to me, and spend time with God and hear his voice and get a strategy. You know, and then I was able to fight again. So you guys, that touched my heart, that I was at a place that I felt like I was wounded, because I had been doing deliverance for years and never experienced that before. The attacks were so intense that I felt like that I couldn't go anymore, you know, that I couldn't take it anymore, that I was done for, you know, that I wasn't going to be able to make it because it was so intense. And the Lord stopped it and gave me some time to get, you know, to him, to get my strategy, to get my strength back so I can go and fight some more and fight again. But you guys, I want to say this because that touched me. Like, it helped me to just have 100% faith and trust in God when you are in serious fire and you feel like that you're gonna die, you know, that you're not gonna make it, or you feel like the attacks are just too intense. I want you to just ask God to help you. Just ask him to help you, okay? And just know that he is helping you. And whenever you ask him to help you, you take that time to get in his face, get in his presence, get a strategy, get a plan, get some instructions during this time. Don't waste this time. Get instructions. Ask him, you know, fast, do whatever you got to do. Get into his face, seek him, seek some instructions. Get it, write it down, and do exactly what he said. Guys, I'm going to finish this video. But like I said, spend this time seeking God, finding out, is there a generational curse? If there's some type of sin that is opening the door for the enemy to attack you, is there, you know, a curse, you know, on your life, on your finances, your relationships? Go before the Lord during this time. Write down everything that you hear. If you're not able to hear his voice, ask him to show you a vision, give you a dream, just something to help you, okay? So that you'll be prepared when the attacks do come back. And anytime you need God to help, ask him. Just be ready to seek him, okay? Because you have to get a strategy. You have to get a strategy. He will give you a strategy. He'll let you know everything that's going on. You just got to ask him and take out that time to seek him, spend time with him, and get the information that you need so that you can do what you need to do, okay? All right, I hope you... I just want to say, because like I said, this phone keeps cutting off. You know, it doesn't want me to finish this video. But I want to encourage you guys, just know that God is with you, okay? Ask him. He will, you know, give you that break, stop the enemy's hand so that you can get yourself together, get a strategy, seek him, and he can show you what's going on and help you overcome it, okay? All right, you guys, so don't give up. Don't give up. Never give up, because God is with you. All right, you guys, I love you so much, and I hope this blessed you guys. And I got a prayer for healing video coming up, and I'm going to try to record that today. I may just do it tomorrow, but I'm going to try to record it today. But the Lord gave me some things for healing that I'm going to pray for. So I hope you guys are enjoying August, and love you guys. See you guys in the next video. God bless.